Ethan had always been fascinated by urban exploration, but the abandoned convenience store on the outskirts of town carried a different kind of weight. It wasn't just another decayed building, it had a reputation. Years ago, it had shut down overnight. No warnings, no explanations. The employees simply disappeared. The news reports were vague and the place was quickly forgotten. Some said it was haunted. Others claimed people who entered never came back. That night, under the dim glow of a flickering street lamp, Ethan stood outside the store's shattered windows, peering in. Dusty shelves stood frozen in time, stocked with long-expired goods. The neon "Open 24 Hours" sign buzzed faintly, though it hadn't been powered in years. Curiosity got the best of him. He pushed the rusted door open. A musty stench filled the air, thick with decay. The silence inside was suffocating. The place felt wrong. As he stepped further in, his phone buzzed. "Get out, now!" The message came from an unknown number. His stomach tightened. He glanced around, expecting to see someone, but the aisles were empty. Then a faint whisper drifted through the store. "Help me. If you love chilling stories like this, make sure to subscribe to Ghostly Tale. There are more haunted places waiting to be explored." His pulse quickened. The overhead lights flickered to life, humming softly. A slow creaking sound echoed from the back of the store, like a door being pushed open. He turned toward the sound. The automatic doors suddenly slammed shut behind him. Ethan ran back, yanking at the handle. It wouldn't budge. The glass was ice cold to the touch. His breath fogged up the surface. Then the aisles began shifting. Shelves scraped against the floor, twisting and rearranging themselves. The exit disappeared behind an endless row of snack racks. The whole store was changing. Panic clawed at his chest. He wasn't alone. A shadow moved at the end of the aisle. A figure, a store clerk in a faded uniform, stood motionless. His name tag was scratched out, and his face was disturbingly blank. His hollow eyes locked onto Ethan. The intercom crackled to life. "Clean up on aisle 7. A deep, guttural noise followed, a sound not meant for human ears. Ethan turned to run, but the aisle stretched endlessly in both directions. His breathing became ragged. The lights above him shattered one by one, plunging the store into darkness. Before we continue, are you brave enough to hear what happens next? If so, drop a like to prove it." His phone buzzed again. Hands trembling, he looked at the screen. "You're next on the shift." Cold breath brushed against his neck. A whisper inches from his ear. "Welcome to the night crew." He spun around, too late. A skeletal hand shot out from the darkness, gripping his wrist with impossible strength. A second hand clamped over his mouth as he was yanked backward into the shadows. The store fell silent once more. Days later, the convenience store stood as it always had, abandoned, waiting. The automatic doors slid open just for a second, as if expecting another visitor. Inside, the security mirror reflected two figures, one of them wearing Ethan's clothes, his expression blank, his eyes dark and hollow. Another employee had joined the night shift. If you're watching alone in the dark, make sure you're not being watched. And if you love terrifying stories like this, subscribe to Ghostly Tale for more eerie tales. Don't forget to like this video and share if you dare.